Alright, is everything working? Do-do-do. Okay, yep, everything's working. Nice. Alright, so... last time on Rogue Trader, at Footfall, went exploring, visited some dude's funeral, helped solve the issue of his estate, of his inheritance. Solved a few other issues, and honestly, mostly just did that funeral and some exploration. Had to do shorter streams on Thursdays lately, and I haven't been able to get very much done. Anyways, back to Footfall. I ended last stream poking Cogitator, trying to figure out what it does. Ran out of time, I had to leave it, so I'm going to continue poking it. And then going to meet the Liege. Unless something happens between me messing with the Cogitator and meeting the Liege. Well, whenever this finishes loading. Alright, back to it. So anyways, poking this Cogitator. So the Cogitator wouldn't be enough to break into his heart, blah blah blah. Turtles writing, scratching here and there on the casing, so if keys are missing, the rest are covered with dust. Select section titled Welcome. Screen flickers a few times for revealing to the world the text in Low Gothic. In the name of the founder of Footfall Station, Conqueror of Stars, builder of Outposts, the noblest road trader Parsimus Dwayne, and on behalf of his descendants, I welcome you. This Cogitator is installed in the order of the illustrious Parsimus, so that the needy may tap into the flow of his wisdom. Cast your eyes upon the list of sections and choose what you wish to know. What is Bro Furos? Parsimus Dwayne? I've never heard of such a rogue trader house. If this Parsimus was, he sure thought big. Lord Captain Parsimus Dwayne, one of the trailblazers of Kronos Expanse and the station's founder. Read about his great deeds. Lord Dwayne was once a colonel of the Astra Militarum, but by his will later inherited a warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and venture out to conquer the Kronos Expanse. Thank you, Cassia. Say Footfall is meant to be his personal palace world, but the construction dragged on for decades, and Lord Parsimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today, one that is full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, and rogue traders. Speaking of herself, Cassia nods slightly to let everyone know that the lecture is over. Thank you, Cassia, for the lecture. Actually useful information. Oh. Please leave me alone, bots. I don't feel like it today. Alright, next. About Footfall. Footfall Station has been envisioned by the great Parsimus Dwayne as a palace in the stars, as majestic as the spirit and mind of its creator. As of the year of this Cogitator's installation, merely a small fraction of the great Parsimus designs has yet been made a reality. But already their audacity and grandeur is staggering. Footfall has become the gateway to the savage and barely explored Cronus Expanse. Foothold for the Emperor. Future conquest by the Emperor Imperium and the noble Parsmus Dwayne, who acts by the Emperor's will. I'd say wheezes and blinks, clearly trying to shut down. Attempted emergency repair. I say words and the screen turns back on. One of the first structures in Footfall is a colossal statue of the Emperor. A whole asteroid was used for the creation of the sculpture. But even its titanic proportions cannot convey the awe that every faithful servant of the Imperium feels before the Master. The statue is the center of Footfall in the same way that the Emperor is the center and heart of the Imperium. As construction progresses, new smaller asteroids are being attached to the statue, their surfaces serving as a foundation for glorious palaces and temples, and their inner tunnels as home for the commoners and rabble. Oh yeah, I forgot about Footfall's statue of the Emperor, which is huge. Like, needlessly huge. Alright, next title, Parsmus Dwayne's design. Hazara flickers and grunts before displaying a tapestry of text. The great Parsmus Dwayne intends to conquer the Cronus Expanse and build the most grandiose structure, which will shine through the ages, praising the name of his creators and his descendants. Footfall, the palace in the stars, the glory of the great Parsmus deeds will live on throughout the ages in his grand designs. Hazara hisses and grunts as if it tries to clean its insides by shooting out dust and detritus and through its cracks. Hazara hits for a while, then the screen flickers and once more shows the words, the great Parsmus Dwayne intends to conquer. His voice wheezes mournfully. The spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform its function no more. We'll see to it that the profaners responsible for its maintenance are marked for silver penance. Oof. Basically means people are about to be servitorized, which is not pleasant. Alright, there's the fake circus.
I always keep my options open.
See here, what does map have to say? Map has to say... just keep going north. Gunsmith's Guild. Sounds nice. Senator Current Service, a letter for you. Thank you. It's been a while since I last received a letter. Hopefully it's from some young lady who's smitten with me. No, these are bills. Oof. What's this thing? Leaflet, now's our time, not theirs, blah blah blah. More stuff from those people. Fast, we have important matters to discuss with the Liege. Footfall's colossal statue of the Emperor carved from a single asteroid. Oh, is that supposed to be the Emperor? Yeah, but as you can see, huge. Like, massive. I mean, the altars looks best tended from than most places on Footfall.
Is there money to be made? Always keep your eye on the price.
What's this? Stuff. Whenever I'm ever gonna get penalized for just grabbing stuff.
I always have a backup plan.
Because Baraka trades Xeno artifacts on Footfall. They're fairly blatantly at that. And the Ordo Xenos is in no hurry to rectify the situation.
Personal problem. To the Liege's palace. The Liege.
Keep your wits about you.
My patience. You remember the way out. Dismissed. Tall man in Austrian grey clothes make a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Vladimir. What? As he pits such harsh words into your mouth. You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman who's standing with her back to you lets out an ostentatious, whatever, sigh. Then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Flatum? Falco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your friends these days? So you don't remember, then. The help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Hidari, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lowered voice, Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows with them, Amicus, and thank your lucky stars you're able to walk out the door. We won't get the chance next time. First an insult, and now threats? I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on Footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, and immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. Told me he's long since noticed your presence and studying you intently. Let him to Akario, Liege of Footfall. Let us please proceed to my office. Spread fitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. I don't see the purpose of picking the second option because I chose to come here incognito, so... Certainly, let's go. Please follow me. While you are engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Takaro. His expression is aloft and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he's used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you in turn this whole time. Strains in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, Let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lord von Valencius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope the sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate. It's a terrible loss for all of us. Hope that under your guidance the dynasty can recover from this blow and attain even greater power. I am impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall Incognito without announcing either the death of the previous arbitrator or your own status. It's quite wise. Rumors will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to the thousands of people serving on a void ship. For now, you are free to reap the benefits of anonymity. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its peoples would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself. Who's that woman the wardens threw out? Vladim's expression hardens, and he makes a frustrated gesture. A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Hidari. A small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end. Strange, a small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. Some stranger still is the Liege knows a small fry by name. She is irrelevant. Since I'm the only one in control of the situation on Footfall, I can speak on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents. I was attacked, right at the docks. An outrageous stunt showed disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters. Possible to predict or preempt. They simply happen. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say that there is a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even their leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser who calls for people's heads, not a commander. Sooner or later we will find him and have him strung up. That will likely cool his followers' enthusiasm. By the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears this man is not used to losing control. That is exactly what is happening. I'd like to know more about the Amber's games. Why haven't they been dealt with yet? He grits his teeth slightly before answering. I've been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't got around to the Ambers yet. Judgmental as they are, and they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter. I can tell they've been a real pain for you. Bet you would have loved to cut those jokers, wouldn't you? Come on, admit it. You would, wouldn't you? A shark-like smile appears on Vladim's face, and bloody and vicious. Back where I grew up, they call it throwing someone for a loop. They carve a particular sign on the person's forehead, and load them alive into the slag disposal chute and send them out to orbit the station. Every 30 years we clean the orbit and count how many stiffs bearing which signs have been floating around. I have no idea how much I want to throw those little thugs for a loop like in the good old days. It's a situation in the region. Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent. Trade is suffering and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. Core of the Imperial forces in the Kronos Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There has been no word from them for a while now. Then again, with the distance and the current issues of Astropath, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we have received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. Fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Kronos Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. Have there been any Xenos attacks on Footfall? No, there haven't. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them would make for a decent fighting force, and that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's custom officials. For us here, Xenos are more of a source of income than a threat. Vladimir freezes, gauging your reaction. Heretical. There's no shame in selling one's trophies for profit. It's like to be talking to a business-minded individual. What sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection. Not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of those difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector. Communication with the collective sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the Maw in recent years, none have yet returned. The last ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time. You've heard of periods of warp instability, including cases where the Maw would become completely inaccessible for navigation for years on end, thus temporarily cutting off the Kronos Expanse from the Imperium. Even so, Vladim's words are particularly alarming. It seems that something has had a profound effect on the Maw. The huge warp zone stretching across the galaxy, the result of catastrophic in real space. This brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station, naturally, has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall will be obliged if House Valenti to assist us by sending a kind truck for food deliveries. Can't be the only one you've asked for help for this. You've asked for help. Naturally, I tried contacting other rogue traders, but the terms of House Cordia would have bled Footfall dry. And as for the esteemed Caligios Winterskull, instead of a food shipment from him, I received a transport, Navica, packed with refugees. Had to send them off to Foulstone. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. Suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterskill. And so I put my faith in you, third and last of Footfall's allies. As much as I don't really like this guy, I'm not going to antagonize him. So what are the terms of this deal? Simple. Delivery of food shipments from your fertile words, Janus. I imagine I'm quite familiar with that jewel of the Von Blintz's proctorate in exchange for fair payment. Very well, I'll help you with food shipments. Tom takes a quick sip from his glass. I am immensely obliged, your lordship. I assume you're going to need time to get the shipments up and running. I can wait. On my end, I promise you complete cooperation with your endeavors. Where does one go to make a few deals here on the station? Here? I am the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful of me to suggest that you take your business to Footfall traders of lesser importance. So you might take an interest in a few people. Note, for example, Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, the servant of the ecclesiarchy, is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitors. If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octaviana, and the establishment called the Adectus Amicus. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common Footfall rabble, not discerning clientele. Alright, let's get down to business. I'm interested in your wares. I'm at your service. You can expect the most generous discounts. Eldari plasma grenades. I'll take a few of those. Attacks advantage of the game plus one resolved. Combat. Choose an ally's target. Their ability to immediately gain that much MP. Target an ally gains that much MP at the start of their ally's next turn. Hex rifle. Drukari weapon. Really powerful. When the shot hits, it poisons targets with a viral toxin for 3 rounds. Of the enemy fails a toughness resistance test. This pass moves or suffer damage. 66, so I'm not gonna be able to afford that for a while. Bladed boots. Whenever it hits an opening with a charge slash dance macabre skills, inflict bleeding on the target. Staff. Vision of Death. But if the test fails, the target suffers psychers that plus mental damage. Oh, that's right. I already have something that does that. Don't know if it's level 9, but do have that. Size bolter. Can't afford it yet, but yeah. Pretty powerful. That'd be good for Drukari Clave. Requires Drukari weapon proficiency. Other than that, it's a pretty big greatsword. Fusion gun. Melta. Oh, it's an Eldari weapon. Pretty good. has Korean gauntlets. These gauntlets grant a wearer plus 10% bonus to critical hit chance. This bonus doubles if the wearer has not moved during their turn. Ooh. Calibrated heavy stubber. Dang. Only 3 to 6 damage. I mean, it's a rate of fire 12, but still. Warp Guide Staff. Allies gain plus Navigator's Perception bonus additional MP on their first turn. Fusing. Allies targeted by Navigator's powers gain plus 9 to all their characteristics until the end of the Navigator's next turn. Bonus stack is prolonged until Navigator's next turn every time it stacks. Pretty good. Whereas successful single attacks inflict stun on the target for 1 round. The target fails a willpower resistant test with -5 penalty. When you use +5 willpower, each time their abilities affect an ally. This effect remains until the end of combat. Stacks. Dang. Storm Bolter. Heavy Xenomesh. And Sniper. That's really good. Bane of Sorrow. An Eldari weapon. Corpse Surge Bruce. On the first round of combat, the wearer gains a number of additional attacks equal to their psi rating. Oh, dang. Red Crystal Staff. First attacking Navigator power each turn costs -1 AP. First use of an attacking Navigator's powers per turn does not set the power on cooldown and does not count towards the attack level per turn. Second use of power or the use of a different attacking Navigator power on this turn deals an additional plus 12 damage to all targets and 12 direct damage to the Navigator. What stuff are you interested in? Heretic Trophies, Xeno Artifacts. Need a lot of stuff to get your reputation up. I'm gonna just hold on to my crap for now. I'll take your medkits though. Alright, now we're out here. Lord Captain, I am pleased to report that the inspections have been completed and all the identified system failures have been resolved. The warship is ready to depart Footfall. The crew is waiting for your further instructions, and there are also a number of issues that need to be addressed. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, is it just taking me back to the flagship? Nope, okay. Bastion and Cordia. Do you have something to say? Yes, you do. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He is clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy. The bright Aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble sir, a minute of your time, if you please. I am Bastian and Rama Bastal Cordia, youngest cousin of House Corda, envoy of Insidia Bastal Corda, rogue trader of the Kronos Expanse by the grace of the Most Holy Emperor. You must be an envoy of Theodora von Vincius. I notice that you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship. Corda, They are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Kronos Expanse, but not Footfall. The station is under the control of House Winterskull. Something tells me we're about to hear a most curious offer. Says Abelard on his breast so that only you can hear him. Reveal the truth or hide the truth? Or just continue on. What did you wish to speak with me about? Matter of the utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Flutter almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of the shipments to Footfall. Von Valentin's proctorate is famed for the abundance of its main Agrwold Janus. Be off for him not to seize on such an opportunity if Footfall on the verge of famine. However, the court of dynasty pursues its own interests on Footfall. We've already announced our terms to the Liege, but he is stalling. I imagine hopes of getting a better offer from you. The court of dynasty believes, Special smiles and gives a slight shrug, that cooperation would be preferable for both the rogue trader houses. If you refuse to let him, thereby forcing him to agree to a deal with us, the court of dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. Everybody benefits. Emperor's most loyal servants should be more concerned with carrying his will through the stars and less with divvying up profit among themselves, Arcandurian says disapprovingly, quiet enough so as not to interrupt the negotiations, especially when the well-being of one that appears holds at stake, even one such as Footfall. Behind your smile, Master Bastion, till shadow swirls. Others may not see them, but your worry cannot keep eye. What are you afraid of? Your house's wrath should these negotiations prove fruitless? Or the wrath of House von Valencius? Dira, who's yawning and bored a moment ago, flinches and clutches her face, her fingernails digging into her skin. They're coming, again. Brothers of the one who came before. I just don't get it. Do they all have a death wish? Appreciate the warning, Adira. What? Meshin stares in surprise and turns around. That's the off-worlds. The Embers rule Footfall. I'll get help.
I'll make an example out of you.
Well, thanks, Adira. And, rip to that dude.
I refuse.
Alright, so... Move up. Move up. Who has a higher dodge between the two of us? You have 90 dodge. I have 75. Yeah, you're staying out in the open. Sorry, Argenta. Start the battle. First, Cassia gets to go. Thug, 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 thug. Specialist. Thug, thug. Armored. Thug. Twice dead Lanny. More thugs. Let's issue voice of command to me.
To being ordered around.
And then give move to Argenta.
Insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, I got people come from that direction too.
Rejoice in battle.
Alright, front line marks an area on the left. The front line, all eyes are probably getting plus 13 bonus. Only suffer 11% more damage from the source. Is there no way to rotate this? That's incredibly annoying. Whatever, I'll drop a front zone here. I'll drop this.
I'm not so sure.
Here.
Anything else? Was that you? Or
Alright. Very poorly set up, but whatever. Forerunning to Cassia, she's gonna need it. Given all the crap that's coming from that direction. I have nothing coming from this direction. That's good. Probably should have swapped Cassia and Adira. Actually, no, I couldn't really do that. Probably should have had Abelard facing this way first. Oh well. I'll figure it out. Alright, and then, so I can fry these two idiots.
will do. Very well.
3 idiots, my bad.
Anything else? Stop mocking me.
Oops.
Hold on. Here we go.
Thanks for the cover, buddy. Alright. Buff Argenta. Let's give her a free action.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Burn, fools. Gains plus 5 and 5 for every 10 seconds of tactical advantage. The Master Technician has Master lose half their tactical advantage stacks. Oh, the effect stacks and lasts until in combat. The target uses a heroic act for the beginning of the Master Technician's next turn. They gain that much.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
For the next attack, deal that much. For every half their stacks.
Out of my way.
Someone. Scared yet?
Skill. What's that? Base lethality. Lethality is just assassin's current base lethality before being modified by enemies, characters, bonuses, and penalties. Base lethality is equal to dodge, reduction, whenever it's higher. Oh, that's right. Ah, the opening is facing the wall.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binary override.
Alright, mess him up.
Let's make it quick.
Show me what you've got.
Hold on.
Stunned. The character's stunned, it cannot act.
A tactically sound approach. Indeed. Reduced to dust.
I have target line of sight on Lenny. I can't mess up this armored Anver though. That sacrifices all my movement though. I could move to here and get better line of sight on Lenny. Anti-snipe him. I think I'll do that. Pascal has that covered.
It's as good as done.
Death Whisper. The assassin makes an attack that does not count towards the limit of attacks per turn. Does not block the assassin's movement. Deals only 25% of the assassin's usual damage. When the attack is successful, the target suffers a hemorrhage effect. It will suffer 9 more armor and deflection.
I'll see to it personally. Should have thought twice before crossing me.
Perfect spot.
Who if not me?
Messed him up good.
Here we go.
Guided by faith. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
That's cool. Revel and Slaughter. Oh, I got a fresh guard. Okay. Zap.
What a fortunate turn of fate.
That man lived? Poor mutant's just standing around watching. Oh, that's cool. The heroic push ignores friendly targets.
Will do. Anything else?
Out of my way. Hydraulics available.
Ow, that was a heavy hit to Pascal.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Abelard should have that taken care of. Meanwhile, I can finish off this idiot right here.
On it. I'll see to it personally.
Or not. Man gets to live. Oh, forgot about Death Whisper. Yeah, let's get rid of this happy thug.
You never stood a chance.
Ah, I could have had him heroic action. And just obliterate the fool.
Messiah condemns you.
Maggot.
Where are you going?
Let's get to it.
Someone just hit the ground.
It will be done. I will do my duty.
Another enemy down.
Strike is a prayer.
That spinning flamer. Oh, attacked again by Anvers, gang. Casing chest plate. Eh. Ooh, what's this? Amber's note from the Atri. Sector 2, watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. Something about when Amber's mentioned Sector 2. Scrap chainmail. Don't need. Chain axe. Cool, but don't really need. What's this? Nospecs. Plus 10 to awareness. Another thing of scent skin. And the sniper rifle. Huh? What's this? Yeah. Pascal, broken ribs. Strength and toughness are reduced by 20, action points are reduced by 1. Ouch.
I always keep my options open.
What's this?
Operation successful.
Is there money to be made?
Here, I guess we'll have a look around, see if we can find a spot for ourselves. You know what happened to Lothon, right? After he was taken aboard, didn't rip his own eyes out. It's not, Lothon was a brainless coward. He died a coward. Let's not talk about it.
I always have a backup
No,
plan.
sure, yeah. I'm eternally grateful to Lord Captain. Yeah, I think we have been left and without means of support, and do not wish for my daughters to stay in this dreadful placement longer than I have to. I didn't. Pretty much burning beneath their feet. I saw people who were losing their minds, just dropping their knees and tearing their eyes out. That's how you made it off the planet? That's right, my whole family's here, yes. Contact your kin. Send the people who have no respect for my saying, local bungling gaggle heretics. My life, surely such a temporary inconvenience can be tolerant until I reach your family dements. No. Lord Captain for a miraculous rescue from Ray Captain Norris. So these are the people I rescued. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Let's head back to ship. See what's going on there, and then explore the rest of Footfall.
Keep your wits about you. Let us not dawdle.
What's Hendrix doing here?
Is there money to be made?
Familiar figure turns to you. Henrik von Calix. I interrogated the Ordo Xenos. Spouses have respectful. Lord Captain. Interrogator. What is the price? Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Officer Sarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail. I thank you for your concern. Greetings, Interrogator. What the pleasure of this latest visit? Willing to have mutual duty to humanity. It is that duty that demands I disturb your peace once more. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired in Rekad Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of humanity, including the Xenos that we are assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds. This time, yours, Lord Captain. And just clears his throat and begins in a pointedly official tone. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Kazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Cronus Expanse, the rogue trader of House von Valentius is to take on board the Ancient and those Holy Inquisition, provide escort and support in deeds great and small that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement, and it remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Kazar. Deer's whisper is barely audible. All I got from him is that ridding ourselves of the snitch won't be easy. What exactly causes need to rejoin my crew? Causes the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Cronus Expanse has changed. I have received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the von Valentius worlds lie. Probably already know about the fate of the industrial Kiala Gamma. If not, then I'll share what details I know, but not here. Better talk on board where it will not be overheard. I'm not fond of the methods used by the Inquisition, but I'll assist you in any way I can. I understand, Lash, but due to the Golden Throne, it's seldom a pleasant burden to bear, especially for those in a position of great power. I must also deliver this to you, Henrik pulls out a letter. The Lord Inquisitor specified the contents of his envelope for yours eyes only. I ask you to read it as soon as you have the time. May the Emperor's faithful forever, remain in the light of his favor. May the Emperor's faithful forever, his favor. Let me express my condolences on the tragic death of the most honorable Theodore von Valentius. Nevertheless, I was late to learn that the warrant of the rogue trader has been passed to a worthy and promising heir. The words are not hollow compliment, but rather the Inquisition's official opinion of your person. As fate would have it, you have taken the reins of von Valentius' dynasty in an hour most dire, when grim portents of dark events to come are surfacing throughout the Cronus Expanse. I have been duty bound to become the first sentinel who sees the approaching threat, and I hereby alert you that it is indeed coming. Our loyalty and resolve will be tested. People such as you and I will become the pillars that will unite the Emperor's frightened children and inspire them to fight back. And so I greet you as my dependable ally and assure you of my favor. From now on, you have a trusted fan within the Holy Orders of the Emperor's Inquisition and a receptive confidant on whom you can rely. Should the dark times ahead require you to make questionable choices, I have no doubt about such an incident will be examined in an exceedingly temperate fashion that rules out the most radical forms of judgment. I have faith in the success of our partnership and thank you for your contribution, both past and future. Lord Inquisitor Xavier Kaligstar. Is that everything for the time being? Are you headed to the ship, or do you still have business in Footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. Nah, just wait on board. Refugees from Kiev Gamma are looking at you. Some with apprehensive frowns, some with unconcealed gratitude. The information. What happened on Kiev Gamma and how did you end up here? Told you everything back in the square. Things are rough in Kiev Gamma. Maybe there isn't even a Kiev Gamma anymore. The planet was attacked by a horde of heretics. They shouted unholy prayers and cut down people left and right. Heard everything from orbit, listening to one box cast after another. Realized there wasn't anyone left to save. So we thought we'd run, but then it was like our crew went mad somehow. Captain smashed his own head against Cogitator, and so did half the officers. Everyone who survived did their best to steer the ship into the warp, and here we are. Only 3 ships made it out alive, ours being one of them. We don't know what happened to the other 2 that ever made it to Footfall. Maybe they disappeared in the warp, or maybe something else happened to them. Dara freezes, listening to something, and then she blurts out in a changed voice. The first beast, its body wounded, crawled into a hole on the palace of an eminent lord. The second beast, its skin and ulcers, perished in an asteroid grave. The third beast, its essence cursed, is colored up in the glow of a yellow sun. The ship died in asteroids. Another one is curled up in the glow of a yellow sun. It became the ship that she used to get here. It's the property of the Von Valencius dynasty. Apologies, we couldn't save it. The ship was damaged during escape. We're lucky it got us all to the way to Footfall. It's at the far docks, but there isn't much use for it anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to fly anywhere, and the local red colligers have already removed some of the valuable parts. Send your people to take part in what's left, scavenge some components. Map of the Expanse was revealed to me before the Sea of Souls roiled and tangled the paths. How did you, desperate ones, reach Footfall all the way from the Chronotic system without a navigator? Frightened by Cassius' appearance, the refugees cover his face with his hands trembling violently. Please forgive my worthless words. We were feeling our way in the dark, you could say. All we had is some old maps. We prayed to the God Emperor day and night while our helmsmen plotted the course. A miracle. It must have been your lordship. Alright. So now let's finish exploring this place first. I have a feeling heading back to the ship will do something. So let's go to the Shadow Quarters. Or the Atrium. It's the Atrium. Wait, the Atrium is where I was just at, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Liege's residence was just a quicker way to get to the Liege, I guess. That was a dumb mistake on my end. Punishment or loading screen. Eventually. Come on. I got places to be, things to see, people to shoot at me, so I can shoot back. Thank you. And yeah, I just went in a circle.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
To the Shadow Quarters. Now I'm thinking about having to go back to the atrium because I forgot to actually go and talk to the one dude to see what his the one priest dude guy to see what his wares were. Okay, I'm pressing keys. There we go. And justice for your attention. Rogue Trader, I'd like to remind you about Reverend Himer's request. He asked us to search for a potential cultist in Footfall Shadow Quarters. You know Footfall better than me. Do you think the rumors of heretics are true? There's a time when I have said it was likely a fabrication. One can say many things about the Casbala Commission and the other shitty operators in Footfall, but even those thugs are loyal to the Emperor. And so they mercilessly exterminate outright heretics in their territory. But now, heretics have launched an open attack on a rogue trader's ship. A member of your dynasty, Kunra Veliver, has turned out to be one of them, and Footfall itself is sinking deeper and deeper into madness. In these times of strife, I'm willing to believe in heretics who openly perform the dark rituals and brazenly mark their dens with sacrilegious symbols. Seem weighed down by something. What? No, Argenta shakes her head and rubs her temples tiredly. Apologies, rogue trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. It's a minor personal weakness, but I'm as ready to fight as ever. It will have no effect on my combat skills. Something is troubling you. Tell me. Perhaps I can help. And shoots you where you look. I suppose I could share it with you. But the tale will be long, and I'll have to start from the beginning. Okay? I wasn't born in the Expanse. I was sent here to be a guardian of a reliquary on Footfall, but my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and although it lasted only days for those on board, decades have flown by in real space. When last I arrived on Footfall, I felt like I'd been erased from time. No one was waiting for me on this side of the mall. The people who were supposed to greet me, who knew about my imminent arrival, had died. The reliquary that should have been mine to safeguard had instead been taken under the protection of Reverend Hieronymus and his brethren. They were more than up to the task. They had no need of my help. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calyxus seems like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed back there, my sector, my order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I'm reminded of those months spent on Footfall, it feels like I'm falling into a pit. But the rumors of cultists turn out to be true. Can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and the Imperium needs me. How and why did your stay on Footfall come to an end? Something must have changed. Yes, a sign. Almost important. Showed me the right path. But it's not something I can speak of like this on the street in this din of malice. Let us be on our way. All I'll say is that on Footfall I met Leah Theodora and joined her. And that was the end of my languishing in this place. Alright, let's keep going.
Acquisition is possible.
The Shadow Quarters. When I was last on Footfall, I used to take my weapon and wander this area, anticipating an encounter with a mutant or a bandit.
Why are your recollections of this so blue? And the more you talk about it, the darker the blue becomes.
Now meanwhile, what is this symbol? That looks, Siege, maybe?
I always have a backup plan.
Rising Sun symbol seems oddly repulsive, even sinister. Yeah, I don't trust that. Wasn't time that destroyed these tiles. They were definitely pried out with purpose and diligence. Air conditioning?
Keep your wits about you.
Nothing escapes my sight.
New wigs too tight, I suppose I could have gone with that, but the old one's just too old. Rising Sun symbol seems oddly repulsive, even sinister. What's this? Leaflet, now's the time, not theirs, blah blah blah. Amber's gang. Awareness.
The whispers told
Fake
me
door is
how.
connected to a mind trigger. Ah, I see the symbol.
Let us see what I found.
So keep an eye out for that symbol.
Arushnod Dordal.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Who holds a flamer like that, you idiot? We're almost refueled here. We will show you how it's done. Just not feeling it anymore. That's all. My guy's pretty much a cinder now. It was a lot more fun when he was alive and thrashing about. Ambers. Arsonist Firestar's Ember. Ember is one tough sucker.
I always keep my arrogance will be your downfall.
Look at that, here comes another training target for us. Fire it up, you lot. Hand Flamer. Shotgun. Oh, incendiary ability. Concoction. That doesn't count as cover. Dang it.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
There is movement in the Empyrean. But of course. Was that you? Or will do. On it. Will do. Was that you? Or
Just one turn of blinded. Okay. Well, blinded helps.
Let's get to it.
Okay.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Oh, that's right. He has cracked wet ribs.
Let's make it quick. My ears are ringing. Hold on. Here we go.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Why did that end her turn? Oh, she got stunned?
I'll make it happen. The pain won't stop me.
Alright, restarting this fight, because that screw up right there will probably get me killed. I didn't say that she was in an area. Plus the dude's blinded.
Always keep your eye on the prize. I'll make an example out of you.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Step aside. The navigator is coming. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Explorators know one route. Forward.
But of course. Anything else?
Alright. Cover efficiency and dodge.
On it.
Alright, he got hit hard.
Farewell. Anything else?
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me? On it.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I love how this corpse gives partial cover from one side.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call. Target well struck.
Oh, I forgot to actually sworn enemy him before doing all that nonsense.
Out of my way.
Just a minor setback.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally.
Let's get to it.
Time to redouble
Ow,
our
crap.
efforts.
Scared yet?
Let's make it quick.
Brace yourself, Avalon.
Hold on. Here we go. Out of my way.
The
Sorry,
Emperor
Pascal.
commands I act.
Crippled arm. Pascal's not doing too good.
High momentum.
Will do. Beacon. Anything else? On it.
I'm
that.
not accustomed to being ordered around.
Who if not me? He never stood a chance.
End him.
I'll make it happen.
He's as good as dead.
Follow my lead. Indeed. Victory is imminent.
Let's get to it.
On it. Another enemy down.
Alright, Ember and gang taken care of. Pascal has a new injury. Sorry, he's doing fine. Ember's note left from Cinder's crew. He's waiting for you. You know the place, so be there on time. The turn can be seen from the entrance to the Adeptus. Make sure Gawker doesn't see where you're going. Fire Blessed Carapace. Carapace grants wear +2 to deflection, +20% armor against fire damage, as well as immunity to burning. And +10% armor against melee attacks. That might actually be good for Argenta. Thunder Hammer. Thunder Slam. So it's in front of you, lets view the attacker. Power Weapon. This is better than your current weapon. No, this is definitely better than your current armor.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Grant me the wisdom to perceive.
Another marking.
I always have a backup plan.
Stop. There.
What's this? You're not learning first nature, another Amber's gang thing.
Over.
Big door's connected to a mine trigger.
Is there money to be made?
Give me a reason. I'll cut you in a second.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, a set of leaflets. Tear it down. Already had 2 more workers come through, one after another. If I'm alive by the end of them, I'll count myself lucky. I'm standing next to a mine's door,
Let's
so.
not dawdle.
Light. I see the light. And there's a giant statue, by the way. Because it's big.
I always keep my options open.
Do your duty and it's being painted over. You got melt the charge. Also, what the crap, a melt the charge?
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
My Auspex has detected something.
Completely forgot. I got an Auspex. Can anyone actually... Wait. Here you have a slot for it. I have that for the +5 to fellowship.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Well, we're improved. We're called to serve the Imperium.
Is there money to be made?
Time, gonna seize power. Leaflet to tear down.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Psychoactive gem. Let's not have that laying around. Wastewater, unsafe for drinking, even after purification, now being used for laundering. Okay, make it out, and there's no fifth boxes. These papers aren't fake by any chance, are they? A warning, the papers are as real as they come.
Let us not dawdle.
Behind the closed doors, you hear the humming of primitive washing machines and the voices of laundry workers singing simple songs. So what's this place? Tokara has officially permitted rock gut to be made by anyone. Lord Tokara also owns every workshop that makes distillery equipment on Footfall, unofficially, of course. That has been here. Stamp, signature, it's all in order. The crowd look greedily at goods for which they have neither coupons nor money.
Keep your wits about you.
Transit airfields have started on whatever.
Searching is my observance.
More symbols and iconography. It's a rat.
I always have a backup plan.
Exterminators. Searching for that rat over there? Up here and back to the start.
Is there money to be made? Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Leaflet. Termination Brigade Sergeant. Greetings, sir. What brings you here? Did you want to watch us break our backs out here, eh? Footfall Utility Crew 3 is proud to work for the good of the Dinsians and guests of the station. The man winks and salutes you with his flamer. What are you doing? Just burning rats, and some trash, and some parasites of other sorts. The district's under quarantine, you see. Got hit by something nasty, a disease. Maybe it isn't a disease, just some bugs and worms that crawled out of some ship or other. It is a bit odd that it happened here, not at the docks, I'll grant you. Things like that usually start there. They even spray the place with some gunk to kill the bugs and worms, but I guess something slipped through. 2 families in that block way over there snuffed it, and the Liege wasted no time getting the district stranded, so nobody could leave. So, you don't know exactly what happened in the district? Disease, bugs, or something else? No, we don't. We don't want to find out. Some of the nasties cropped up. The right move is to contain it and kill it with fire, not go in to see what it is there and why it's there. Exactly as the victims die. Who knows? They found them in their hovels, already dead, blue sores in their body, and they stink something awful, which is why the lot that found them didn't even risk looting the corpses. Good on them, I guess. Doesn't mean we let them out, of course. But measures have been taken to deal with the problem. You're looking at them. We stand here, burning the foulness, and we've got people standing guard so that no one escapes. Puts the mine down, it's a whole load of them for the same reasons. The water, the sewers, all blocked off to stop any communications getting out. Air is open, I suppose, but the foulness doesn't seem to be airborne. There haven't been any strange deaths outside this district. People tried it in the quarantine being provided with aid of any kind? Pfft, of course not. I mean, I heard Reverend Hermonus has been praying for the souls. Sounded more like retribution fell upon them, and rightly so. That's the most they can hope for. Alright, carry on, remain vigilant. So, prepared to help them. I'll deal with that at a later time when I know more about what's going on. Small nook in the stone is empty apart from dust and a few scraped paper. There's evidence that the cache once had a small door covering it and a locking mechanism. A warehouse over here.
The whispers told me a secret.
I'm listening.
A simple trap. Good job, Agenda, for stepping on the trap.
I always keep my options open.
Would you look at that?
Another symbol.
As it should be.
And a layer of rust, scratches, and ancient paint, the silhouettes of long graced letters are barely visible. Undoubtedly, in the past, this filthy sign was adorned with the proud name of the bureaucratic heart of the entire Imperium, Adeptus Administratum. They changed the name. That's the right way to pray before going to the bar or after. 12 more hours. 12 more hours, then I can sleep. God dang. Before you use a compartment with a massive voice chip adapted into living space from inside the building, the clicking of glasses and numerous voices can be heard.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Mars Endurance.
Keep your wits about you.
Check use.
My.
On the floor, you can see the remains of the
So
voice chip
many
life surface, and it
colours.
seems that whoever dismantled the
Every
vessel
shade
side
I can
just lived
imagine
in
is
place.
floating in the air.
Colors, you say? Next, she'll be asking us to take her on a tavern crawl. Spare me. Cast your eye there.
I always have a backup plan.
What's this?
Rise to the
So,
top.
some that shouldn't have been
or get left
abandoned.
in the dust.
Operation successful.
Stuck to the plates are lumps of sawdust, toxic waste that is sometimes passed off as an ordinary nutritious starch. Seriously, they're replacing corpse starch with sawdust? They're that desperate? Logic.
My success is
Menu system Adeptus Mascus looks eerily similar to the design of the internal scan of the fuel compartment. Someone has inserted new data into the void ship's cogitator left over from ancient times. Cousin said he saw some aristocrat lose a whole planet in the game of cards. It's talking rubbish. We don't have toughs like that in the Expanse. A rogue trader could gamble away a planet, but I haven't heard of Cordia or, I don't know, Von Valencia's playing a stunt like that. Flavors of pitiful food are stuck to the sides of the plate.
Let us not dawdle.
Unexpected
The
result.
canter used to contain a sheep amazec, which for the sake of attractiveness has obviously been enriched with a deodorizing agent. Suspicious prowlers.
Rough day.
You have no idea.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've downed.
Jai Hidari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahan want from me this time? Oh, wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
Who'll give you grief, all right? Get out!
Don't think so, Ashmag. And tell Falco to come himself next time.
Hidari, I am tired of your mess. Out! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before?
Woman looks at you with the glassy eyes of a drunk. He knows the 2 empty bottles have been keeping her company before you arrived. She looks completely out of place in the dingy, smoky bar. Fancy attire, the abundance of jewelry, the implants plated with precious metals. Appearance not only screams wealth, but also audacity, for only an audacious person would flaunt their wealth in a place like this.
Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
And what? Trade envoy of Houseful and Valencias.
Well then, here's to our meeting. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're someone special, since you've been granted an audience with the Liege of Footfall himself. It's always a pleasure to make the acquaintance of someone powerful. And the timing couldn't be better. Jai Hidari at your service. Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on Footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament. I have heard a great deal about how open-minded the members of the von Valancius dynasty are, and Lady Theodora especially.
What kind of cargo is stolen from you?
Goods of incredible rarity, Shireen. But it's not just that. 24 of my people lost their lives in the impenetrable emptiness of the void to acquire them. I cannot leave their families with nothing.
Logic test. Ordinary smugglers do not dress so ostensibly or behave so brazenly, and they are unlikely to spoil the mood of the Liege of Footfall with their mere appearance. This woman lost many people to obtain these rarest of goods, and to get them back she turned to Vladimir Tokaria, the patron of all cold trade in the Expanse. Her cargo can be nothing other than Xeno artifacts, creations to the enemies of humanity, branded with heresy. Just ask you a few questions before I decide.
Ask as many as you wish, Shireen. Trust is the key to a successful endeavor.
I need help with.
You see, Shireen, there's one cardinal rule on Footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. But now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place even for connoisseurs of Footfall's unique atmosphere. When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I believe Vladium, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Hidari's property carries certain risks.
Armor says, Jay appears to be a serious operator on Footfall. The Liege's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally. So Jay is encroaching on his turf. Vladimir is not responsible for the disappearance of Jay's cargo. He will certainly benefit greatly from it. Suspect Vladimir wants to keep the cargo off your hands, and I want to put him in his place.
May the Exalted One bless you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route so I won't be spotted.
Okay, she hands me a data slate.
Right. Here, that's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There, in the depths, you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
Okay. Alright, the burly woman with a wealth of high hairs is in the process of tinkering with some unique unknown device that is clinking melodically. She has a rough-looking implant in place of her lower jaw. As she approaches, the implant begins to move, as if independently of the rest of her face. Welcome to the Adeptus Manskis, sir. What can Octavia give you? 5 sec, low, something more interesting? Octavia freezes in place. Can't be. Are you Sister Argenta? The Sister Argenta? The one who has the worst scum on Footfall shaking in their boots? The whole station is talking about you, and here you are, in the flesh, in her humble Amescius. Argenta stops Octaviana's torrent of adoration with a calm gesture. No more. I seek retribution against transgressors, my glory for myself. Despite her words, you catch a glint in Argenta's eyes. You can tell she's enjoying this enraptured attention. I thought I picked up a lot of local knowledge working in a place like this. Do you know anything about the Amber's gang? Gives you a searching look, the answer's in a lowered voice. Maybe. Maybe I do know something. Let's not shout about it in the whole bar, right? I'll be here long after you walk out of this bar, and the Ambers respect no agreements, laws, or other gangs. Look at them the wrong way, and you're dead. Anyway, to the point. Those Ambers are scum amongst scum, the most unhinged goons you can find on Footfall. And even other unhinged goons want nothing to do with them. They have no hierarchy, no territory, nothing. Only a nameless leader, who most of the Ambers haven't seen once. This leader sends them leaflets with an inspiring message. Followers are recruited by other followers. The Liege try to bring them into line, but it's like this. Clear out one group, and in the meantime, 5 more spring up elsewhere. Like I said, no one knows who their leader is or where this leader operates from. But here's what I've noticed. The most recent Amber leaflets, the ones so fresh you can smell the ink off them, always show up in the same area on the Big Slum asteroid. Let me show you where it is real quick. She just drops liquid to draw a basic map on the bar. Right around here. I'm positive they're printing their own poems somewhere in this area. About that woman that started a gunfight up at the bar. Are you so interested? Looking into her or something? Jamie catches herself on meeting your gaze and bows her head low. Apologies, sir. Me and my big mouth. This is why they broke my jaw so many times. She touches her implant. Damien drops her voice. Jay. You know, Jay's pretty good. She's made a name for herself here on Football. She's the one who came from nothing. She follows the unwritten laws of this place. She doesn't walk all over weaker folks, and she drinks like a fish to boot. There's lots to respect. The sad thing is, it looks like she's on the wrong side of lighting, and since both of them, well, I guess all 3 of us, have ties to the Casabalica, there's no way out of this. Jay should get off Footfall while she still can. Better to lose her business than her life. How are things here on Footfall? Haven't been to our fine station for a while, have you, sir? As per usual, there's never a dull moment. Either someone's getting shot in a square, or some rich guy is going on safari to hunt commoners in the shadow corridors. Sure, the Liege makes sure that the local shenanigans don't get in the way of business on the station, but what happens in the outskirts adds a little spice to our life. We make do. The real trouble is, with every passing day, it gets harder to find grub, or that some horrors are happening in the void outside for Bundas. That not all ships are making it here, and the Liege's old patrons don't seem to be in a hurry to help. It's taking a toll on Vladim's authority, and if his authority wobbles too hard, he'll have plenty of people lining up to take his place. Give me the latest. This one might interest you. I tell I heard from the tipsy Voidborn from a cargo barge. They exited the warp halfway between Forbunus and the Avarnius system. Came upon a shuttle wreck adrift. The shuttle was registered to the inevitability of Triumph, the merchant ship that disappeared decades ago. She was bound for Footfall. Her cargo holds brimming with valuable goods, but she never made it. Being able to survive the shipwreck could be quite a lucky find. Here's another tidbit for you. Some poor Noble Triumph. Some poor sot was here bawling about how his crew tossed out a whole shipment of cargo along with the trash. It was his fault somehow. He hid the fact, and once they docked at Footfall, he immediately went on the run. No surprise there. Had they discovered his blunder, he would have been executed. Don't know what sort of cargo it was, but the ship he served on usually goes between Footfall and Winterscale's realm. She passes the 100 Dreams crossroads in Langren's belt. If you happen at the area, you might want to look for whatever that idiot chucked overboard. That'll do for now. But one thing after another lately, I figured it was due for some me time. Give me a splash of the local hooch, would ya? Daniel looks at you closely and then takes a ball from the shelf and corks it. Transparent, pungent smelling liquid quickly fills the glass and it's just between you. Bell's respirator hisses quietly and he says in an insinuating tone, alchemical composition of substance is known to me, but never before have I come across such an unusual application. Exquisite path to martyrdom in honor of the Messiah. Take a good look at it. The glass contains liquid that's clearly made from spent promethium. This is moonshine, virtually unfiltered, that quickly blows the drinker out their feet and when imbued regularly turns their liver into a bumbling sponge. Got anything better? And grabs a dusty unopened bottle from under the bar and clean glass. The amber liquid splashes against the crystal walls as she adds in a couple of black pebbles. The soft, spicy aroma tickles your nostrils. Drink. Like warms your throat pleasantly. You can make out a hint of spice, the flavor of an oak barrel. And a distinct aroma. You feel a little more at peace, and you reach the bottom of the glass sooner than you like. How we going? Till next time, sir. What's back here? Oh, by the way, that's him, isn't it? Of course, that got his tongue cut out by the embers. Also check and time check. So what, I think he was from the Casabelica. Well, his troubles are over now. Yeah, it's getting time for me to actually be ending stream.
Acquisition is possible.
Awareness. The upholstery of the door sofa moves slightly. A soft hissing can be distinctly heard from the depths of the furniture. I'm sorry, what? Now that's a crafted power mall. And the monofilament wire. I actually gotta be ending stream here. Which sucks, because that next room looks like it's gonna be fun. Anywho, that's gonna be it for stream today. I will.
Money to be made?
Let's not move in that direction. So I'll line up. Yeah. Nice. All right, so whatever. I will be continuing this come next Thursday, exploring more Footfall, trying to take down the Amber's gang. I don't know, probably go into that quarantine area. My next stream will be Sunday with Monster Hunter Rise. And yeah. Well, that said though, that's going to be it for today. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good time. Whenever, wait, save the game. Also, I realized I didn't level up any of this thing, despite having like 2 or 3 battles. anyways, that's gonna be it for today. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a good time whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, bye for now.